What's up, folks? My name is Jackathie, and this is my tank guide for Torture Chamber of Screams. And yes, you could make the case that this name applies to almost every pug group you fucking play with, because every single fucking pug group is torture. You know the drill, guys. I'll go over through the encounter and walk through some of my decision making and the pathway you can choose and some of the pulls to optimize some of your runs. With that being said, let's get it. All right, so for the first room, the only thing that matters is killing the brainwashed guards. You can ignore almost every mob here that are not those three in this specific room. In fact, a very highly organized speedrun strat is for you to pull every mob and then have someone in range to pull only the brainwashed guards. That's three of them. And then while you're kiting the mobs around, they focus the brainwashed guards. Then when you go into the next room where the first mini boss is, right, as soon as the encounter starts, the gate closes and those mobs will be unable to get to you. Now, that's one strat. That's a very optimal speedrun fucking strategy. But in Pugland, it is almost impossible to get it off. Don't waste your fucking time. Just don't. So what we're going to do instead here is kind of like a pseudo semi-optimized approach, right? The first thing you want to do is pull all the mobs, and what I like to do is actually just line of sight them in this corner. Some of them throw shit at you, literally. So what I like to do is just place the pack here. For the brainwash guards, they will fucking scream, charge, or something. You can stun them during that. If you don't have your stun and you can't rely on your own teammates, which is often the case, then simply just get out of the way. Get out of the way he's facing, or he's going to charge you into a wall, and you will die. Okay, so what we do is, after that first one, now what I like to do is pull until the end of the room. As you can see, this is the third big boy. So once I gather all the ads, then what we're going to do is simply stack and blast. Now, this strategy is just literally kill everything in this room as fast as possible. You can make the case to simply run away all the way to the back and just stack all three of these big guys and all the mobs and just blow everything up. But again, it's highly dependent on the skill of your group and their gear score. So this, I just find, is the most safest, reliable, and fastest way to get through this shit. Again, if you have a really good organized group, you can simply kite the mobs while they focus on the three, brainwash guards, and then you can head into the next room and then attack the boss, and it'll close the gate. But this is what I feel. Just separate these pulls into two different pulls, separate this room into two different pulls and blow everything up. That's the most high success rate. Trust me, I've done testing, trying to pull the whole thing, have them coordinate. Just doesn't fucking work. And as you can see here, that is an individual that did not get out of the guy's way. For this boss, going in, as soon as you attack him, the gate will close, which is why I recommended that one strat. See, we're just waiting for a couple guys to get here. And for this boss, really, is just a tank and spank. You can stun him as well. He has a period in which he does significant damage. So Stalwart Bastion for your team would certainly be well here instead of just the chain hook. Aggro, make sure to have complete aggro and prioritize aggro as he can do some beefy damage. And then he will have a mechanic where you have to dodge roll. Again, that's moving as you're dodging, right? That fucking diamond shaped, right? But overall, tank and spank. Now, what he will drop is an axe, and we will show you the mechanics of that. So what's happening in the next room is essentially going to be 4 rooms. They're all going to have a pattern written on the wall. It's up to you to memorize that pattern and then instruct your very intelligent team how to click that room in order. If you're not controlling this guy, simply path all the way here and then to the end of the room, because there's 2 of these guys. You're more than sufficient enough to pull this entire room. If you are not this guy, in this case, right, I am, because I wanted to show you this mechanic. This is the writing on the wall. Now, the way I like to memorize it is the first letter here is a P. R, I like to name this as M, and T. So the first thing you're going to do is, and these are going to be in random orders. They're not always going to be in this order. I like to just write it out, right? So that way, when I get to the next room, when I watch the symbols, I can then say, all right, PRMT, this is the door, this is the door, this is the door. Well, it'll make more sense when we get there. But if you're not controlling this guy, pull all the way to the back of this room and kill those 2 big guys at once. There's not a lot of mobs here, so that's a more optimal route. No one took the initiative to do that in this run. See, now, as you can see here, let me back up. As I enter the room, I'm going to be watching, right, the wall here. See, there's P. I know that's 1. R. It's just up to you to write out the letters and then look at the numbers and then say, you know, okay, I know P is the first one. Where out of these 4 does P show on the wall? That's number 1. And then what you can do is just write it out. Type it in chat. Make it easier for yourself. And that's how you do it. And you don't have to control this guy. You really don't. I just wanted to show it for the sake of the video and the guide. But ideally, as a tank, what you want to do is simply go down the stairs and then pull all the way to the end of the room, stack the mobs, and blow everything up. So you normally wouldn't be doing this. Because us tanks were too thick-headed to be fucking memorizing fucking architecture on the wall. Or whatever you call it. Pantheology, or whatever the fuck it's called. You know, the study of languages. Someone write it in the comments. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what's going to happen is it's up to everyone to touch the fucking thing, the key in the back of the wall. God, I'm not doing well today, boys and girls. There's a, yeah, I've hovered it over, but now everyone's going to have to click it in order. That starts it. Someone clicks it, starts it. Now the first one, now he's going to touch it. Go back. There you go. 2. You know you're doing well when it says 2nd, 3rd, 4th room unlocked. Or it may say 4th room unlocked, 1st room unlocked, depending on the order of the hypogryphax. Fuck! You know... God, I'm just going to give up. I'm going to give up. I fucking swear I'm just dyslexic. Dyslexic. Fuck! Okay. Jump over the spikes. For this one, is very easy. There's going to be ads coming from each of the 3 corners. It's up to you to pool these ads in their respective screen collection devices to kill them. Filling up the pool. You know the pool is filled when there's a fucking light beam that blows in and shines, right? And it's going to be waves of ads. Now, it's your job also to defend the screen collection devices so that they don't get attacked. Right? Or that's just going to slow everything down. So just always approach with one side first. Right? Then the other, and then the third. Here I'm getting nervous because they're like, oh, first time here. I'm like, oh, great. Well, the last boss is going to be fucking swell. Don't do that. Do not do that what I just did. Don't push him out of the fucking circle. So you can see here it's like a quadrant. See? It helps to kind of spread them around. And just show you what happens when it starts to light up. It can take some time. See? That's one. You see that? Now what we want to do, any ads that are throwing shit, pull them in. Pull them into the quadrants that you know you need to build next. Right? That's 2. Now we know everyone should be going to the right. Bringing ads to the right. You don't have hook. But there we go. So all 3, you get to go to the next boss. This boss, a lot of people die on this boss, and it could be solved with just rolling. Oh, there we go. There's the mechanic of, you know, me pointing backwards because, you know, that's great. Fuck, I hate that. They need to fix that. Anyway, let's go through the boss. He's stunnable. But again, it's advantageous as a tank to actually block fury attacks because you get a shield. We're doing some really big damage. These things, get out of the way. Use the strategic rush, precision dash. Now, what you want to do is actually save precision dash or some kind of gap to get into here once everything's red. Go in the corner. Now this, just roll through them. These spikes, you don't need to damage them to get rid of them. Just roll through them. Look at that. In 2 rolls, I'm fucking at the boss. Right? Look at Two Fang over here. And 3 people died, but if you do die, it's not game over. You can simply run back and still kill the boss. This, I tried to jump and dodge. I swear to God, I missed that. Sometimes the things on the ground, the red things on the ground will kind of like move. Just kind of predict where they're going and stay out of it. It's just kind of like a get... See, right here. Right? Again, I thought I got it. Okay, maybe I should get good. Anyway, it's not even a big fucking deal. You're a tank. You don't need to do fucking mechanics. If you want to speed this up, you can just jump in the guillotine and kill yourself. All the rest go up on top of it to the final boss. Now, this is probably the most difficult boss mechanically, I think, that we have encountered so far. There's a lot of quick time reactions you have to do as a tank. So, you will be sweating. Anyway, jump on this thing. If you fail to get on it, just, again, go inside of it and die, and then you'll be ported here, right? Alright, so the first thing about this boss is, I'm just going to walk through mechanics as they happen. I feel like that's a better way to learn. Alright, first thing we want to do is roll dodge, right? That's always going to happen at the start. Now, you need aggro on this boss. It's going to make it a lot more difficult. This is a block, right? Now, every time he does a block, he's going to do one of two things. The first thing is going to be either this, just kite out of the way, but stay close to the boss. The second thing he does, if your damage is not good, is that he'll shine a light on you and there'll be arrows that come from. Now, again, you don't want to back away from the arrows falling. And it happens in two. So you kind of get hit by the light, and then you go forward. Again, it'll make more sense when we get to it. This is the major mechanic of the boss fight. He turns everything dark. It's up for one person to be responsible in clicking on the reservoirs. Now, it's helpful at the start of the encounter, as you can see the pins to the left, to align the pins 1 through 5 or 1 through 6. It doesn't really matter if you have 6 pins. It doesn't even matter if everyone is on the pins. The only reason that people do it is it helps to kind of organize where to place the next mechanic, and that is the zombie numbers. Okay? So, what happens is, immediately when the floor goes dark, someone hits the reservoir, you need to fury dodge this attack. If you don't, basically what happens is that there'll be a bunch of dark shit around you, like your field of view will be limited. It's not... You know, it makes it more difficult, but it's still something you can easily just dodge the fucking fury attack. Okay, so now we can see here, you get a zombie on you or you don't. At the first part, right, when he has high HP, you only 3 people will have a zombie. But eventually, as you go and his HP gets lower, you know, all 5 or all 6 will start having numbers on them. So the first thing you want to do is look at the zombies. Do you see the lightning bolts? There's a number now. This is 2, but he's not chasing me. This guy over here is chasing me. He's 1. Now, it helps to immediately type, look at your zombie, and type it out. So if someone misses it because they don't have field of view or for whatever reason, you can help your team, right? Now, it doesn't matter whether it's in a straight line. All that matters is the distance to the boss. So number 1 has to be the closest to the boss. The second has to be the second closest. Third closest. Doesn't matter where in the room it is. But the thing is if 1 is here, if you placed 1 here, that means 2 has to be here, 3 has to be here. So always try to give your teammates space to make mistakes. Anyway, you stay there. He's going to job on you. When everything is blue, that means the mechanic has been done successfully. He will no longer execute you. Right? And now we go into the next phase of the fight. Or the next set of mechanics, rather. He also takes reduced damage here, dodge roll. So don't try to like do DPS during that phase. Just focus on the zombies. I lost aggro here. That's the light. So it's a bit wonky. I'll show it to you better the next time. So the priority is to get aggro, right? So taunt, okay, block. Now we know those 2 things will kind of come. Just step aside. 2 sword blades, whatever the fuck. 2 saw blades. For this, what happens is he'll highlight 3 random players with an eye. Now, this is why usually best practice is you should always stay around the boss spread. Because what happens is he'll light blast, right? Now, I believe he took 2. Right? So ideally what you have is kind of like if everyone's spread, The light pulse will go here, here, and here. You're here. The others, you know what I mean? It won't be that dangerous. And you still can move out of the blast. There's like a delay. So even if you get it, you have time to like bait him and then step aside from that blast. But it takes a little more effort. All right, heal a lot. This is when everyone should come together and stack. And it's up to you to do Stalwart Bastion. These saw blades. Everyone comes together. The healer does his pool. You do Stalwart Bastion. And then everyone sits there and says block. Now what he's going to do is push someone outside of the outer ring. It's up to you to walk to the end and block. And if I believe it's if 3 people block, he won't actually get cut out like that. Dodge roll. Okay, now we'll just kind of keep explaining things as it goes on. This is a rapid fire. You'll highlight someone, and it's up to you to get in front of, in between the boss and the person he's firing at, and then block and use your defensives. In this case, he fired at me, so I didn't even have to move. Save your Da Vinci's Courage for that as well. Now we're going back to the zombie mode. See, one of the things are open, the blood reservoirs. This is what and now I did this on purpose for the guide, right? I purposely fucking make mistakes for the guide. What? All right, now you can see the field of view is lowered. But I know zombie, I have 3, right? So I'm typing to type 3, and I'm trying to make my way there. Now they do low damage, and they stun, try to block their stuns. But as you can see, 1, 2, 4, 5. So I place the zombie at 3. That's it, folks. That's all it is. Blue means you done it right. In case, I guess we all did it right. But anyway, no one got executed. Let's go and keep looking at the fight. Dodge roll. Now what's happening is, it's going to be smash. It's a fury attack smash. See? Now it's one of the two. The light or the saw blades. Saw blades, stick to the right. Now we know another smash is coming. Smash. Now it's going to be the light arrows. In this case, I didn't block. See? Back away. Back away. So, in this case, I didn't. But again, it's not like make or break. That's the bash, or the light fucking bash. Everyone should go up close. Stalwart Bastion. Block. And one of our guys died because he got two people were too close together. We're not like spreading out. That's our problem. So, right? Someone block now. When he throws someone towards the end, you have to go close to them and wait for him to sprint and then block. Now it's going to be the gun. That's the damage it does. Roll block. Now the gun. See? Focus is on him. My job is to get in between them and block. Like that. That's your job. Okay, now we're doing it again. Blood reservoir. Click it. That makes it so everyone can see the number of the zombies. I'm 1, right? And it's not about where you are, it's where the zombie catches you. So I guess it is where you are ultimately. But it's the direction, it's the general direction of where the zombie is. So as you know, I'm 1. I should be as close to the boss as possible. Now he will do some damage, but you're a tank, so you'll be fine if you're that close. But ideally, you're not even DPSing or close to this boss at all. The most important thing is aligning the order. And you have loads of time to do that. Just make sure you click if someone is on the blood reservoir. Roll dodge. Okay, now we know what's going to happen, right? He's going to fury attack because I have aggro. Now it's either the arrows or the saws. The saws. Now fury attack coming again. Now we know it's the arrows. So when the light goes on you, back. Now that is a stun I don't think you can dodge. Because there was no fury attack. Someone write in the comments, though, if you can. For me, I think that's just RNG. Now the arrows should be coming. Nope. They know they have to spread out now. Right? See? Bam. Stack. Stalwart Bastion. Block. Close. He's close. Send someone against the outer rim. It's your job to go close. Then block. Not roll dodge. Just stand there and block. right? That makes him able to move. Get out of the way, Two Fang. No, he still didn't. It's up. Get out of the way if you get caught. And that's it, folks. That's the fight. So I hope that was helpful. I hope I explained things well. Difficult boss at first, but as you can see, there's just like a rhythm you get into. Just don't. Yeah, this dungeon is something else. You know, running this with pugs is difficult, but it can be done as long as you watch the guide. Send this to anyone that may be struggling. I hope that was helpful. I stuttered my way a little bit through this one. Anyway, guys, I hope that was helpful. I think I said that for the 10th fucking time. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. And I'll catch ya on the next one.